Hello, Judy here from Thistledew Creations. Today we're going to do an envelope hack idea that Natasha from Treasure Books did in her envelopes hack video a few weeks back. I was listening to it watching it while I was at work on a very slow Sunday. And I had this envelope from a faucet, and I followed along and made a few notes, and I thought I would just do it with this envelope. It does need a little bit of re-gluing right here, I noticed. And I like this brown paper, so I'm going to leave some of it exposed. You've got to do a notch at both sides, so you cut off the ends or the sides of the envelope. So I just trimmed that. I have a paper trimmer at work, so I just trimmed that off already, but I want to do the notch just on the front. And actually what I'm going to do is I'm going to fold it in half so that my notches end up in the same spot. I make sure I cut out all the little notes that I made. And then that will close up, and I want to glue it just here and here and here. I think the idea is you can slide something through there, like a belly band almost, and then you can put stuff in here. This doesn't overlap very much. So I'm just going to put a dab of glue kind of here. And a dab of glue here. Actually, maybe this was supposed to be glued down the middle. No, just at the tip here. So what I'll have is 2 pockets. This could be either another pocket up here, but I'm thinking because I've folded it, I'll put it into a signature. And so I'll have a pocket at each front and back of the book or whatever, and then tuck spots. So I'll probably use it this way so that the tuck spots are like this. And then this will be just the top and bottom of this particular page of the signature. So keeping that in mind, that's my intention. I'm not going to decorate it heavily through here. I'm going to decorate it more this side and each side separate sort of thing. So I'll start with the back because it's big and plain. And I think I'm going to do this so that it works with my medieval flowers and plants poppies theme. So that'll be part of this video series. And for that, I had set aside some colored cardstocks and some textured cardstock to use. I'm running out of places to put things. I really should be doing a big cleanup today. So that's what the pages look like. I could just do that, one on each side, and even leave this. I haven't done a lot of junk journaling where I kind of leave the original page. Let me see, I want to find one that goes the other way. There's one. So there's 2 designs two poppy designs in this book, and I don't want to use that one. Some special pages sort of set aside there that had nice botanicals on them. Rip this page out. So I'll use the S. And I'll plan to trim it about there. And I'll just trim the other one at the exact same height while I'm at it. Because I like them, even though they're not on the same page, I still want them to kind of line up. And then this inner, I wanted that done with the cutter, but I think this inner one, I think I'm going to overlap it onto each side so that that is nice and thick through there, reinforced basically for the purpose of gluing it in. So I'm going to take this and give it a good all over glue stick on the back. And then this will be my outer edge, top and bottom edge, and this is over on the other, this is my overlap edge. I'm just going to give myself a little bit through there, and just a general squiggly middle part there. So I'm going to put that here. I'm just going to kind of line it up better than I have it right this moment for top and bottom and side. Just kind of eyeballing it. And I realize that that's giving me a lump there, so I'm going to just tear that off. Where it was sewn into the book, and it's just kind of leaving a bit of a curled edge on that paper, which makes it lumpy. That'll be a smoother overlap. And then this one will go here. I'll line it up. And it will come over. I'm going to cut that email off because then it says email right there. I'm not going to cut it though, I'm going to tear it. And then I'll do the same thing, the glue all over, glue stick all over. And then just a little bit of tacky glue. And I've already got it kind of lined up top to bottom. Just got to make sure the side looks reasonably even. You're not likely going to see these two pages at the same time. I still want it to be kind of lined up. And I might want to take that back. No, it's okay. No, maybe I will. I'll take it back and tear it off back here. It's not enough to go around and really grab. over that hump, the center of the page. And don't worry about that not being perfect because it's going to be kind of buried in the middle of the book. I've got a damp rag here. I'll just wipe that down because it was a bit gluey. Try to keep my fingers from getting so gluey this time. Be a little bit of that, but so that gives me my two different patterns there. And like I said, I want this to be the bottom so that these can be proper tuck spots. So I want to decorate up here and down here. And what will I do here? I want it to kind of all be the same theme, but I can have something different like this. That's my tuck spot right there. Not very wide. This might not be the thing. So I've got, oh, I've got this. Could tear that and use one piece here and one piece here. Again, you're not going to see them at the same time. And then I like this paper. I don't want to completely cover the brown though. Maybe what I'll do is just like a strip of red, a strip of green, a strip of brown, that kind of collaging. So I've got some green and some red and some brown. And I've already got one textured, so I think I'll leave the rest plain. And then maybe I'll add in some music in between them. A few pieces that are maybe long enough, but I might want to start fresh with a wider piece. A really cool old music book. Lovely flowers. Doesn't really matter what song it is. Here's one that's mostly just notes. Very musical looking. Do some tearing up tonight. Get some more of those ready. Looking for my tear ruler and it's hiding on me. Okay, and then I'm definitely going to want my dark ink. So let's see what I get. I might not even want the brown. I'm going to do the red and the green for sure. I can go right across this part, but I want to leave it open. Thinking something like this, maybe with music in between the colors. Where'd the red go? There it is. I'm just doing ripping by hand so I get a bit more of an uneven edge. Now because I've got a square edge, I'll tuck that one up underneath. And tear the end of this one. Tear the end of this one. Rip that out. Look for something else. Might seem a little wasteful, but I will use all of it in different ways, clusters and stuff. Okay, so ink. I definitely want this inked, just to make it look a little more distinct. These get a good dark distressing. Get rid of all those white spots. I'm going to do some more embossing later today too. I might have to take that over by the TV and play with that over there. I got a bunch of new dies to play with. Don't think that Outlander will mind if I do some die cutting while I watch. Okay. Something like that. And then I'll have to do some fussy cutting and get some of those poppies again. I have to shorten this, which is fine. I can use another strip of it somewhere else. Just to get all my colors in here. Yeah, that's better. Same over here. So that and that. This is my second poppy project today. I did the snippet strips or belly bands earlier. Took a break for lunch. And now my other green piece. I don't mind that I've got so much of this white because I like the heavy dark brown edging that I'm creating with the ink. So that will be somewhere like that. And then down here, I could do this and like outline it. I didn't cut this one myself. Let's see here. I'll leave enough to glue and get rid of these corners. It'll fit on there better. I don't think I'm going to get the entire circle, but let's just cut it all out anyway to see how much we can get. I could bring it up like that, but that's going to limit how much I can get in. If I do this and then put some poppies in the middle, I think that'll work. I might do it this way. Oh, this, I gotta remember, I'm gonna lose. I might be better off to do part circles that are only about 1/3 of the circle. Like there. I don't think it's even going to be in the middle of the book. If it was going to be in the middle of the book, I might want like a little doily or something there. Not a silver one. Okay, I'm going to think on that. And in the meantime, I think I'm going to put music paper. I should have traced that. Well, you know what? I've got another one of these envelopes, so I can. So I'm going to trace, set it about where I want it there, and trace that. To use my ripple scissors, which I love so much. cut just inside those lines that I drew. That should do it. It leaves a little bit of the blue for the brown. I don't need this word here. This is going to make it maybe a little obvious that it was an envelope in a former life, but that's okay too. We're not hiding the fact that we're using junk. So I found a bunch of old boxes that were empty because they were display model faucets, and they've all been sold off, and the boxes never got retrieved when they got sold. And they had these envelopes in the box with the package of instructions. So I rescued them. When I do something like that, I like to try to find a way to use it right away so that it doesn't just add to the stash and the cluttery mess that is my house. Okay, let's get this other collage glued down. I think I'm going to put the green right underneath instead of on top. And just to this side of the center, because it's going to be sewn. And then that on top. I do glue stick because that's very thin. And then the red. And I'm going to let the red start about there. So I just drew that line just in under the end where I want it. And then this I will line up on the top with the other piece beside it, even though, like I said, they're not going to be visible at the same time, but it just kind of feels like it should be lined up. I didn't show a lot of the red. Maybe I need to move it down just a touch if it's not too late. Like that. The poppies are going to bring it to life, make it make sense. So I'm going to drop that down and put this, I don't want to use that because it'll pucker it. This is pretty thin. This way because of the treble clef. Wouldn't want him upside down. And then this will come out here. And down a bit. So I want to put it there. And I didn't want to go that far. I want to leave that showing. And all that trouble to make sure he was right side up. So there and there. And then this is where I want to visually have these lining up. Let's move that red down a touch. There we go. Glue stick just needs a little help there. Probably a little help here too. And then maybe that. Of course, that's going to be spanning 2 pages. I'll get something fussy cut first, and then we'll see. I picked out this page. Cut. So I'll start with my ripple scissors to cut around the leaves. And I'm not going into every nook and cranny, at least not yet. I might go back. Depends how it looks. I'm going to go ahead and just cut out this leaf. I love these leaves. Because I'm not going to be able to use this. It's too tall to use the whole thing anyway. So I'm going to kind of do a collage with it. And I will just do a bit of this to get it a little closer to what you'd call a fussy cut. That'll need a good inking. Let's get these poppies. And maybe the dragonfly. And then maybe I'll dig into my other little box of ephemera that's in front of me and see what else we can add to this little collage. Switch to these. Get a more jagged edge there. And then I'm not sure how far. I might go down and try to include those 2 buds. I'm going to cut this other one out separately. See, those leaves have smoother edges. They're younger leaves, I think. That's how I see them. And this poppy's actually looking away from us, which is kind of rare. I mean, it's not rare in real life, but it's rare in art to see the backside of the flower. And for this, I think I'm going to leave the dragonfly out and save him for something else, or maybe I'll just cut him out separately. I do like a good dragonfly. Get that more manageable. Actually, I'm going to ignore this stem right here. Pretend he's not there. Go down here and back up. I could actually ignore this stem too, because he doesn't make sense without the rest of the picture there. Just keep the one. Actually, I'm not sure if it's this one or this one that would be for that flower. We're going to ignore that one too. Just have the one stem. Just changes the look of it completely. Not completely, but you know what I mean. It does change the look of it. And then I'm going to keep that little red detail and some of that dark shadowing. And we'll get everything inked. Nice and dark. Got like a square pointy section there. That I don't think my ink is going to camouflage well enough, so I'm going to make it go away. This ink just works like magic to get rid of all the little white spots and imperfections. Okay, so now how are we going to assemble these? I had thought about this. I could even do this. Yeah, I could do that. And then this one will have to be kind of low. But this can come up high. Actually, I want this one over on this side, I think. Like that. Okay, so the brown in the background. Just do a few of the little inner pieces. Just fit it on there however it fits, basically. I can cut it off of this edge where it overhangs. I can cut it off like here. And then this leaf will be mostly like laying down. And I'm going to tuck the stem in underneath it. Like that. And then same thing over here. Remembering that you're not going to see them both at the same time, so this odd hump won't be apparent. Looks like buttocks or something. It's lifting on me. It's pretty heavy paper. Might need to be weighted down. And this I'm going to glue down and then put the leaves on top of it. Like so. Covers up that one bud, but that's okay. It looks a little different than the other ones, so that actually helps it look more sort of natural within the book. It isn't just a repeat of the same exact thing over and over. Put some white glue under that edge. This one needs a little too. And I'll just do this corner. Pretty happy with that. I do need to ink these openings. And I'll go right along the edge there while I'm at it. I should have done that before I glued it up. Someday I'll learn that lesson once and for all. So it's just a bit of collage on top of an already existing envelope, and then a couple of notches cut in. Strategic gluing so that we've got tuck spots. And then these sides will be seen separately. And they can be used as a place to write, or you could do more collage on it. So what I may include is maybe one tag as a journaling spot that fits the envelope fairly well, maybe with a tab. And then along with that, I'll put some more pieces of paper that will work as a collage if you wanted to make a collage here. Or I could end up gluing a little notebook or something over that. So anyway, thank you, Natasha, for sharing your envelope ideas. I've got another one to try in another video. And I really think that turned out cute. It goes right along with my poppy theme, and one of these days I'll make it into a journal. So thank you for watching. Like, comment, share, and subscribe. But most of all, have a great day.